the second time this year the Warriors battled the Philadelphia 76ers, but unfortunately this time the Warriors did not win. Sixers defense shut down the Warriors, beating them 102-93. But yeah, I mean, it was just hard because, the Sixers defense obviously was emphasizing stopping Steph Curry. He only made 3 threes in this game, which was half of his points. He had 18 points total. Leading scorer for the Warriors was Jordan Poole with 23 points. He was, he had a really good game. He kind of carried the team. The leading scorer for the Sixers was Joel Embiid. Obviously, he returned recently. He had 26 points. He kind of led the charge. Yeah, I mean, the Sixers defense looked really good. They swatted Curry threes. I feel like he's got to, focus on, kind of winning us games before, beating these records. I think it's great that he's fighting to be the best three-point shooter ever, if he's not already. But, I think we got to win games first before we prioritize that. Warriors are now 21-5. We fall half a game behind Phoenix for the NBA lead. Yeah, Curry was, guarded by Matisse Thybulle, who made his 6th start of the season. And his goal was just to shut down Curry. Curry was 6 for 20, and the Warriors were held under 100 points for just a second time. And obviously the first time was to the Suns that first time. And I just feel like the Warriors, they need height. They need height to help with setting screens, to help with their defense. And their defense, honestly, was not very impressive tonight. I think it goes to show how much we really need Klay Thompson. But, I think the Warriors, they need to rebound at this. They're going to play Indiana Monday night and New York on Tuesday, 2 teams that I guess the Knicks are all right, but, the Pacers are obviously kind of in a rebuild. But it's disappointing to lose like this, especially how close it was. At halftime, it was very close. It really came in the fourth quarter where Philadelphia outscored the Warriors by 12. We were actually winning at the end of the third quarter. It was tied and for a while, and it was back and forth, but the Warriors couldn't capitalize. I think if Jordan Poole and Curry could have both played good, I think we would have had a different outcome. But yeah, I mean, it's disappointing, and the Phoenix Suns just keep winning. They've won back-to-back. And the Warriors, I'm not going to grieve over one loss, but I also think it's important that we get our priorities straight, especially when we're playing a team with an all-star center, one of the best centers in the league, if not the best, in Joel Embiid, a guy with a lot of height, with a lot of power. And yeah, I mean, they're 15-12. They're okay. They're not amazing. I mean, we lost by 9. That's a decent amount of points. I think the Warriors, they just look kind of tired tonight. They didn't utilize the bench that well, to be honest. I mean, the bench players didn't really play too much. Otto Porter Jr. was the leading scorer off the bench with 5 points. There was 9 from Looney. Looney had a pretty good game rebounding-wise, but the defense needed to play better. Draymond had 7 points. Warriors, shooting-wise, their three-point shooting wasn't too impressive. They were 12 of 48. It was actually better than the Sixers, but their turnovers have obviously been a huge problem. They had 13 turnovers. It was more than the Sixers had. A lot of those turnovers turned into points for Philadelphia. I just think they gotta get their passing together. They gotta play better in that sense. This schedule coming up, it may seem easy, but with the NBA right now, anything can happen. And I really hope that the Warriors can capitalize and win their next games. But I think we have to focus on these really good teams. And I don't know if you put Philadelphia in that category, but they are, and from what I saw tonight, pretty impressive. So yeah, I just hope we can capitalize more. I think the defense of Philadelphia was better than our offense, and that kind of led to Curry not playing good. I hope, he's been shaky the past couple of games, and I hate to say it because he's an all-time great, an amazing player, and I love Steph Curry, but I think he's got to play more consistently right now. It's what we need out of him. He's got to go in and go out with, a mentality of helping the team and not, just prioritizing a record. And maybe he wasn't doing that. I don't know what his intentions were, but I also think that's probably a big topic of conversation, and I think the Warriors need to focus on winning. So yeah, 102-93. Philadelphia moves to 15-12. Warriors move to 21-5. Half a game out of first place. We need Klay Thompson. We do for our defense. We do for our shooting, and I hope he comes back ASAP. We all know the story with that. So yeah, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. Go Warriors.